Right, here with Kwame. We were on the watch along together, and I think we had a good time, and we saw some good football, but we saw some cutting edge lacking. So let me just ask you from a different angle to how I approach the other fan cams.
All right.
Is Arteta walking away from this going, unlucky, 2 own goals, 19 shots, or does he go, 19 shots but 2 on target, and, Josh, Stan Kroenke, I really need Mudryk in. What do you think? What's his main takeaway, do you think, from this?
I think he'll protect the players and he'll obviously big them up. I mean, this isn't our first team squad, so we have to bear that in mind. But what you have is a team that we more or less dominated in terms of possession. I'm trying to think from Arteta's point of view.
Sure, yeah.
We dominated. However, in the final third, we wasn't clinical enough, and it's true. Anyone can say that. Now, I listened to Julian. I've listened to all of the guys before. And they were a bit harsh in terms of it was boring. It wasn't boring.
I didn't think it was boring.
It's not boring because I cast my mind back to before where we wasn't able to string passes together. You didn't have the interchange of positions and Tierney going into midfield. And obviously Arteta, he touched on obviously Tierney improving as a player. But then again, that goes to Arteta and what he's done. He's now found different positions within these different players. Where it gives him more adaptive, or you're more adaptive, more or less, so it kind of keeps the opposition thinking, they're on their toes. So I think, he'll be a bit upset at the fact that the score doesn't represent the performance, 100%. So he will probably just say it's just the finishing, and he'll probably want to take the limelight away from Nketiah, which everyone will probably be talking about.
Yeah. I thought the youngsters, though, Nwaneri, Kosi Dubry came on and looked bright and really tried to sort of, make their mark a little bit. And I thought in a lot of ways they did, and they showed a lot of bravery. And, as Dan said, the academy's still producing some real gems.
It's thriving at the moment. I mean, there was a point where people were looking at Chelsea. Chelsea had all the youngsters coming through. But when you look at Arsenal, our DNA is, not relying or looking to the youth. Who's the next one going to come through? Now we've done well with Smith Rowe coming through, Saka, and now you've got the next set. And it's exciting times. I thought both of the guys that came on, they done well. Obviously Dubry, he done excellent on the left. Dan was talking
very
about
direct.
Oh yeah, he's direct, but it's his low center of gravity. Was the fact he's predominantly left-footed, but he looked very comfortable either side. The defender didn't know what to do with him. He was whipping in balls. He looked very bright. And he was playing without fear, and that's what you want. And hopefully that performance there will give him the impetus to, obviously, the next time he gets that opportunity, he seizes it again, and that's what it's about. Yeah. It's about stepping up. Obviously, it's unfortunate Reece Nelson come off with an injury.
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Yeah, it was. But I just think for Arsenal fans, we just need to just, even for me, I'm a bit like, oh, man. Home game, Juventus. I know it's before, Christmas and West Ham, but we've got to take the positives. We've got to be positive and think about the position that we're in. And yes, I'm sure Arteta will be on the phone. He will be saying to Stan, look, this is the reason why we do need to bring in certain players. But I don't think just up top. I think it's still in the midfield, and I still think maybe just another winger just to make sure. But
ending this fan cam on a topic we ended on the watch along, which was, is this going to sap the confidence out of them a little bit, or is this going to fuel them, wake up? You've learnt from this, you've had your bad moment. We've seen Arsenal lose at Old Trafford, lose at PSV, lose at Brighton, and bounce back brilliantly from all three of those. Yeah. But, this was the last chance before the Premier League, and there's 9 games to sit on that. What do you make of it?
I was the one who brought it up, and I said that it would give a negative, it would give a negative impact. But based on what we have seen this season, they've proven me wrong in terms of they've got that mental stability now where even though they might have not got the right result, they come back the next game a lot more stronger. So I'm hoping this will give them the whole kick up the backside to start off the second leg of the season, because this is ours now. This is ours to lose. I'm not going to say we've got one hand on the trophy, but we're in the same room as the trophy now, the Premier League, and we're looking at eye and eye, and we need to just take each game as it comes. And I think it will be a positive impact for us.
Yeah, I hope you're right. Listen, Kwame, class as always. Catch you on the next one.
Thank you.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.